Hey sweet souls, it's Yeti from Sweetnfab Creationz, and in today's video I'm showing you how to create a UV DTF cup wrap design right in Canva. Alright, so let's jump into Canva. So in Canva we're going to create, and then we need to select the dimensions for our tumbler UV DTF decal. So the way I usually do it is because I already know the standard sizing for the brand of cups that I use, and it's a 9.6 by 4.5 inches. So that's 9.6 inches wide and then 4.5 inches tall. I make mine like that because I actually prefer how it fits on the glass cup. I find that when the dimensions are too close to the edge at the top and at the bottom, it's usually a bit difficult to align the UVDTF decal. So now I know that my width would be 9.6 inches and then the height would be 4.5 inches. But the thing is that a lot of times when you're printing out decals usually require that it has a resolution of at least 300 dpi pixels. So for us to get that, we need to convert this unit. We need to change this to pixels, and then to convert my measurements from inches to pixels, I would need to multiply the measurements in inches by 300. So this is what I mean. If I come into calculator, and then I'm going to say 9.6 inches for the width. That'll be 9.6 times 300. That's 2880. So the width in pixels would be 2880. And then the height would be 4.5 times 300. And that's 1350 pixels. And then I'm going to select create new design. All right, so to start with, um, for today's design, I'm trying to limit myself to using free elements mostly, and then coming to um elements, and then I'm just going to type in bowls, something similar to the croquette bowls, which have been raining for a while now. And then go to graphics. Um, I prefer using images in the graphics section rather than photos. So I'm just going to look for something that I feel it's really appropriate, and it's a free element to use. Canva has different element options. If you're not a regular subscriber, you're able to use the free options. Additionally, you're able to use like the pro elements, but you would need to make some form of payment, I believe, at checkout or while you're trying to download it. Uh, my major account where I create my designs is actually a paid version, so I'm not so familiar anymore with like the free version. But for today's design purposes and to show that you can actually create designs in Canva without needing a subscription, I'll try to restrict myself to utilizing the free elements. Okay, so I like the way this one looks, and then I'm just going to change some of the features like the color. And then let's see how that goes. All right, so this is a dark blue, but I'm going to make it black. And then for this deep pink here, I'm going to turn it white. And then this is the pink. Going to make it more of like a pastel sort of pink. It's already a pastel pink, but I feel like, it could be a little bit sharper, if that makes sense. Pastel pink, but not something that looks dull. Okay. And then for the next step, um, I like to have the background while I'm designing in some sort of color. This helps me distinguish between the actual elements and um the background. So if I have it as white and then I have a white element, I wouldn't be able to distinguish what my element is. So I'll just make this a light shade of green. So like a pastel green. So while I have this, I'll just reduce it a little bit. We'll make adjustments later as necessary. Um, I need a second bowl, which I'll go search for as well. Also, when I'm designing this element, I always like to pick designs that have a black border. That's a black outline. Just because I feel like they look nicer. And then yeah, that's why. Or better still, let me see from my recent. I think I had some that I had previous. Yes, this is the one I'm looking for. So this is the free one. And then I'm just going to switch out the colors and make it more appropriate for my current design. So let's change this to pink. And then if you notice that once you click on like the color changing element, then it pops up the color bar. You have document colors. So when you see document colors, it just displays the like the color palette for um all of your, all of the colors you have represented in the design. So I can start from that and then tweak it to make it either darker or lighter depending on what I want to achieve. So let's switch it to a bit darker. Yes. So I think I like it at this point. It starts of complements each other. The way we have like a little bit of dark pink mixed with some light pink, and then so just goes well with I've already selected colors. I'll reduce the size a little bit, and then um yeah, we're gonna start setting this up really soon. So I also need to have arts as elements. I'll pick from my recently used. And I like this one. So I'll pick this one. And then I'm going to change the color to a white rather than red. And then I also I like to use different textures in my design, if that makes sense. So I like these dots. And then I'll change them to a mix of white and pink, matching the shade that we already have. And then, yeah. Mm, yeah, so I'm going to switch this to pink and then I'll make this one white. All right, so far I like what we have. These are all of the elements that I'll be using for this design. And then I'm just going to place them. So one thing I like to do is to make sure that I have like allowances at the top edge as well as the bottom edge and both sides. So the key thing to remember when designing wraps is that you want to design in such a way that you don't have an overlap of your elements when you place them on the cup. So we want to make sure that our designs are such that it's sort of like a puzzle, and then one end fits into the other end. So this is what I mean, and well, we'll get to understand what I mean better in the next video. We'll get to understand what I mean better in the next couple of things that you'd see. Okay. All right, so I'm just going to start by reducing the sizing, ensuring that I have that allowance, like I said earlier, and then making sure that visually this looks like it makes a lot of sense. So to start with, I'll duplicate this one. And then Canva has like this guides that lets you know when your elements are aligned, which is what you just saw now. If I drag this down, you see the dotted lines. And then we can tell that both of those elements are actually aligned. So, okay. And then I'm going to reduce the sizing on this as well to look just like that. So I'm looking for the middle of this canvas, and then a lot of times the middle is usually like um a full line, not a dotted line like you see here. So I'm going to place this here. I'll move it in slightly a little bit, and then I just shift it. So I want it to almost align with the edge of my elements, just like I have here. And then um yeah, I'm going to place the arts. Um, for these filling elements, I don't usually have like a one pattern fits all sort of thing. It's usually just very, very random placements. I prefer it random rather than aligned. I'm talking about like the filling elements. If that's how I like to think of it. Like they're not a major part of the design. They just sort of makes all of the elements come together. Okay. So going to have this here as well. And then this is going to form the basis of my designing. So a lot of times it's one, two, three. So know that there are like three steps to your design across the height of your design. And then can now start to duplicate this ones. And then just from experience, I know that I need about four of this for it to make sense. So that's when I have four of this occupying the entire canvas, then I know that the elements are not too small or too big. So, and then I'm just going to do this. So once I'm done, I can tell that um, the design, the allowance on this side is almost equal to what I have on this side. If it looks wonky, then I try to adjust and make sure that everything fits in. So if to confirm alignment of the elements, what I always do is I just select all of my top elements like this. And then I can tell already that there's an alignment. You can see that there's no difference in height or um yeah, there's no difference in height. That's seen from the white dotted lines. And then I'll just repeat the same thing for the other elements here, which I said that all of these are aligned in the same line. And then for the last one as well, this is also aligned. So now for the filling elements, I'm just going to make a duplicate. No specificity for this particular design. I like it random, but I'm just going to be placing them. If I have one facing the right side, I twist the other one to face the left side. Sometimes I make them face downwards and then, just randomly. So basically you want to be sure that if you're looking at your design from this angle here, and then you're looking at the other edge as well, want to be sure that by the time this becomes a wrap, then this element is not going to overlap into any other elements that are on this side. So I always make sure to give like allowances, like I mentioned earlier, and then sort of picture how this is going to fit into like a puzzle. And then if I have this art here, and I know I have a bow on the other side, I make sure that I push in the art by making it, a little bit more inwards, and then the bow remains at this section. This way I'm sure that by the time I wrap it around, the art is not going to overlap on the bow elements. Same thing with this one, which I might have to even just move back a little bit so that there's enough allowance here that shows that there's not going to be any form of overlap. Yes, and so this is how I create designs for cup wraps in Canva. And Yeah, so you can decide to start if you know you want to sell like cup wraps on Etsy or on your website, or you just want to um make designs for your own use. This is a good way to get it done. Yeah, all right. So the next thing would be to download this, but without the background. So I'm just going to take this out, um, and then make it white. So the thing is on Canva for you to download on a transparent background, which is what we need because we don't need a white background printed with our design. You would need to upgrade your subscription to the pro version. Yeah, and then click on download. It gives the options of transparent background. And then once I select this, it's saying try for free or make a payment. So I'm just going to select try for free for now, just because I want to download this on a transparent background. And then I'll go set that up on payment and all of that. So in the next couple of scenes, I would have sent out this design to my printer, and then I'll be showing us what it looks like, and I'll be applying it on um, a 16-ounce Libe styled cup. So after sending to the printer, I had this printed out, and this is what it looks like. And then I'm just going to place this on a 16-ounce Libe style cup, and then I just have with me the cup tool and then a squeegee. But if you don't have a squeegee, you can always make use of like an old card, like an old credit card or something. So I'll just get this done and place it on the cup so we can see what it looks like. So try not to touch the individual elements because the adhesive is on the back of the elements. So I'm just going to peel this back completely. And then, yeah, I don't usually make use of these anymore just because I sort of know how to align the cups. And then I'll just do that and show it to us there. So I like to place mine at the center, and then I just take one side and then place it this way. And then I'm going to take the other side and I'm just going to place it this way. So this is what I meant when I said that I like to make this 9.6 extra allowance as well. So I'm sure that the elements are not going to overlap. And then, yeah, at the top, there's enough allowance. There's also enough allowance at the bottom. And then I'm just going to use the squeegee tool now to press on the elements. Okay, so once I'm done with that, I'll just gently peel this back. I'm just lifting carefully just to be sure that I don't have any elements that are still attached to the backing paper. Yes, so this is it, the final look. Then, so there you have it. We just created our own design, we printed it out, and then we placed it on a cup. Let me know in the comment section if you have any other design ideas or themes you would like me to create. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share. Thank you.